Yo,
What is going on, everyone? Hope you guys are having a great day today.
what's up, guys? Welcome back. We're back, and there is a lot, and I mean a lot, to go over today, the Scions. So much happened with the state of housing. State of Azeroth.
Yes.
I think
State
that's
of Azeroth.
that's what they called it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. I just want to make sure that I got that. So, hey guys, listen. You see it? Nice sheen on the head today. Beard cleaned up for you. It's time to lock in.
Wow. Lock in. Wow.
Because I got opinions.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I got opinions.
I have answers.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. But welcome in, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please do us a favor and subscribe. If you haven't done it already, do it right now. Hit that sub button. Turn the alert on so when you see we go live. We're also going to take this video, turn it into a higher resolution, and post it as a regular video instead of just a live for you guys. So make sure you drop a like and a comment on the video for us, so that way we can get some more insight on what you guys are enjoying about the show and what we can do to improve it for you, okay? But that being said, Science, how was your week, man?
You know what? I had a pretty good week.
Yeah.
Work was fine. Warcraft was fine. Like, I got some things done. I was able to go out yesterday and kill all of the mythic end boss raid bosses. Get them down. Got a mount out of it. I mean, it's just been a really good week.
Very cool.
So how about you, Doug's?
Really good week. Just kind of enjoying as much as we enjoy the high pace of World of Warcraft, right? There's sometimes I just enjoy like the chill environment and the collective environment. So with the pre-patch event, it's been kind of fun just goofing around in like time walking raids or the pre-patch event out in Twilight Highlands and just collecting some gear for my alts and just kind of paying closer attention to my live stream chat and just kind of interacting with people a little closer instead of being like locked into the game, you know? And it's been a fun week. We also went into Mythic and knocked out Salhadar last night, and we're getting into P2 of Dimensius. Little bit of cleanup here and there, and we'll get him knocked out. We're also missing half our core, so we're like pugging in people.
Yep,
and so like that because once we hit the end of the season, people sign off to the new season. That's okay, but we don't have our whole core guild, and we're also doing some recruiting anyway. So it's fun. It's just fun to still raid even with the season over. I love it's my favorite thing is pushing Mythic raid, and it was just a lot of fun to play. So we were having a good time with that. As far as like me, I'm good. Week's good, chilled, relaxed, had a good week. Nothing to really. My Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
I mean, I don't know if second-year quarterbacks got the stones to make it, but we'll see.
Listen, I'll say this, and this is me being a realistic fan, okay? Is I'm proud that we got to the Super Bowl. I would have rather beaten a full, healthy Bronco team, i.e. I wish Bo Nix wouldn't have been injured, but I'm glad to have seen that we can get there and get to that point of the stage. I would have liked to have beaten the full team, but I'm not going to take away from what the Patriots have done this season and how far they got. They're to the Super Bowl.
No,
if we lose the Super Bowl, I'm still proud of them. Okay.
There you go. That's a true fan.
First year head coach, second year quarterback. That's finally getting like that love, that TLC, and that support. I'm proud of them. So if they lose, they lose. I'm happy with the season. If they win, I mean, obviously that's the best of the best. So, but
it's great.
I got a couple more. What is it? Next weekend? Not this weekend coming, but the following is Super Bowl Sunday. So we'll see. But,
excellent. I can't wait.
My Patriots sound bad, man. Listen, there were so many people that jumped on the Patriot bandwagon in Busy, and they were big Brady fans, and they followed Brady down to Tampa. I'm a Patriots fan. I don't care. I always
there you go.
So, anyways, enough with that. Let's talk about Warcraft.
Let's do that.
Let's jump right in, guys. There's no time than the present. So, official early release date has been announced.
It has been announced. So, if you have purchased the Epic Edition of Midnight for World of Warcraft, you do get access to early access starting Thursday, February 26th, 3 p.m. Pacific. So 4 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. for Zugsy on the East Coast.
Yep.
And you get an extra half a day.
Yep.
It's a perfect day for me. I'll be able to start on that day and play all night long and all the day the next day, and then go back to work. I'll be fine. It's good. So we basically get almost a full extra day of gameplay.
Yep.
Enough said about that. I'm happy. I'm ready to go.
Well, I'm happy about that too for a lot of reasons. One is I do intend to alt this season, and it's giving me that extra time to get all my alts up to 90 and kind of get them sort of flushed out and kind of get a feel and get a feel for dungeons on all sides of the fence, because I have locked in my classes regardless of whatever's happening. Whatever happens, I'm locked in. And it's Prot Warrior main, DPS alt is going to be Survival Hunter, and healing alt is going to be Mistweaver Monk, specifically Fist Weaving. Don't shake your head. Don't do it. Don't do it. I like it. I like that they went to. Man. I like that they went into the whole theme of it. So with this new version coming, or with Midnight coming, I should say, they added in more thematic things to each one of the specs. And before, one of the abilities that Survival Hunter used was called aspect of the God, why did I just lose it? Anyways, you do this jousting effect where it's a forward cone AoE effect, and anything in that cone just gets annihilated by it. And what it is it's they're taking their polearm and jousting. Well, because they're adding single-handed weapons in, it thematically doesn't make sense anymore, because you can either use a polearm or staff or two-handed swords or whatever, right? So now what they did was they call it the boomstick. It's the exact same ability, but you whip out a double-barrel shotgun. You're just lighting everything up, and it is so funny, man. It's so fun to watch. The knockback on your character, they really went into it. It's amazing.
Wow. That's something I will never see.
Yes, you will. If you run keys with me, you will. Anyways, I'm excited for the early. I'm excited for the extra day. That's really cool. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to just go ahead and get in there. And also, just keep in mind too, guys, if you are a Profession fan, you want the Epic Edition, because you want to get in early, because people are buying up everything. So if you're out there mining nodes and smelting those into bars of whatever, mining herbalism, doing herb nodes and things of that nature, you are going to make so much gold if you're in the early days. Once the early, it'll still be profitable after that.
It just won't be as profitable.
Right, but there's this huge gold spike on everything, and it doesn't matter if it's copper, silver, gold quality, it's going for mucho money. So you'll want that if you're going to go in with the mindset of your professions. You want to be in the early days. You want to get into that quick. So just something to keep in mind. There's not really much to talk about that. We're all excited to see it, and getting a little extra day early in is fun. So we're going to have a good time with that. It's time to move on to classic and retail roadmaps. And, the roadmaps have been around for classic for a little while, so we kind of know what it is, but I'm going to give this one over to Science and let him go through these dates with you guys.
So realistically, what we're looking at is, again, classic Burning Crusade. We all know that February, here in a few days, we're going to get TBC Burning Crusade Anniversary Edition. And then in the spring, we're going to get the Druid Swift Flight Form, Ogre Law, and Shaitari Skyguard daily content, the Eye and Serpent Shrine Cavern raid in Phase 2, Phase 3. In the summer, you're getting more raids, and so on and so on.
Yep.
Looks like they're spacing it out every couple months. Mists of Pandaria Classic, you've got 2 more phases left. You've got a spring phase and then a summer phase, and you're done. So you are going to get in Phase 5 a new Celestial Dungeon difficulty, so that'll be kind of interesting. As far as Midnight, so the retail side of things, we're going to have a launch here on March 2nd, and we're going to have a new race. We're going to have new systems, new dungeons, new raids. As you move on and as you go through the roadmap, through spring, through summer, BlizzCon, and then through the autumn and winter months, something interesting happens. Warcraft's going to start sprinkling in one boss raids. So you won't see the first one, it looks like, until patch 12.0.7, so late spring, early summer. It just says new raid. That is, according to Ian, a one boss raid. 12.1 in the summertime, season 2 starts. We'll get a whole new raid. We're gonna get new delves, new world bosses, and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
After BlizzCon, in autumn, so we're talking September, October. Patch 12.1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Two things are important. Number one, the Labyrinth system will be coming out, and we're going to talk more about that. That's a huge thing. And another one boss raid. So not only are you getting, I believe it's 3 raids on launch.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting, looks like 8 weeks later, a one boss raid. 8 weeks later, another full raid. 8 weeks later, a one boss raid. And then you've got a new standalone content mode coming in patch 12.1.7 sometime around Christmas, maybe first of the year. We don't know yet. And so we don't know anything about it. So that's kind of what the roadmap is showing right now. BlizzCon September 12th. So the really cool stuff in retail that they're adding as new play styles and different things in the game, really not starting to after BlizzCon, with the exception of one boss raids, which I'm really excited about the one boss raids.
Yeah. I mean, we're moving right into that right now, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be so fire. It's a throwback to vanilla with Onyxia, and I think it's so good. Now, is it a placate off of the Delve stuff with this first one being a fungal, whatever they're calling it? Yeah, but that's okay, because it's the environment of a raid environment.
Yeah.
That I'm so excited for. I'm really hoping now. You know, we've talked, a couple of my guildies and I have talked about this, and friends about this one boss raid and what that might look like. And the biggest fear for a lot of people is it's not going to drop relevant loot. And what I'm hoping that they'll do is that they're listening to, maybe not, I don't want to sit here and assume they're listening to us, but they've got their finger on the pulse of the community, because they need to do something. Like, as an example, the council fight in Mana Forge, right now, how the boots are hyper imperative for people to get.
Yeah,
they're must have. I feel like they should have a must have for all classes to come into that. That's going to,
maybe they will, but I don't want it to be that gear dependent.
Wait a minute, hold on. It's important to carry over, because what they've been doing in these mid seasons is they've been giving us a Cersei circlet ring, or some kind of something that carries over into the next season. That's a great place to put that item to where it can be leveled up and carry over into the next part of the chat, the next season.
Okay.
So that way it gives validity to doing the one boss raid outside of cosmetic things. Obviously, it'd be cool to throw some housing decor in there, or throw in a cool back piece, or a unique Hearthstone toy, or, something like that. A cosmetic, something, right? But to give us something to carry over instead of it just being Outer World content, since they're doing so much Outer World content, it'd be really cool for the next Cersei circlet or belt or whatever it is that they're going to give us to be that item, but it can be upgraded so that it carries over in, like, upgrading the true upgrade system, not like every time you kill the boss in the raid, you get a little piece and then go upgrade it. Because that's going to force people to go in, and no one wants to feel forced.
No one wants to be forced to do that. The other thing the one boss raids are going to do, the World First Raiders have already talked about this. This brings in the opportunity for them to be beat in these one boss raids.
Yes.
And so they are fully expecting teams to sneak in and steal that world first on those one boss raids. They are fully expecting someone to do that.
Yeah.
The other thing, I want to backtrack just a little bit, Zugs.
Sure.
So you mentioned Onyxia. This also reminds me of when they pulled that 2-boss raid at the end of Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah, or the one in BFA.
Yeah.
But yes.
And that's it. It's just a win. They don't have to make all this huge stuff, right? They've already said that we're going to have new dungeons. We're going to have a new zone coming up later on in the year.
Yeah.
For midnight. I mean, we've got more things. It's always been my issue, I guess, that the Blizzard wasn't adding new content fast enough. I'm like, just put in a couple dungeons, people will be fine. Put in a small raid, people will be fine. And it's taken them this long to realize, oh, I guess that's a good idea, right? So now we can live it. Now we can be a part of it, and I am ungodly excited.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited about that. So I'm right with you there.
It depends. It's great that we're getting it regardless, right? It
Yes.
gives guilds something to do towards the end of the season, you know, and keeps that glue that keeps the group together to keep rolling into the next season, going into season 2, or if they're going to call it season 1 or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But I'm excited about that. But it is still dependent on the things that I discussed, in my opinion. I think that it's important that we take a moment to realize that it can fall flat on its tail if they don't do something important beyond, cosmetic things. And it needs to have something worth going in there for and keep going back to get the people
relatable
what they need.
Reward.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I kept referring to, like, say you kill the boss and you get, I'm just going to keep using search the ring just so we have something.
Yeah, that's a great example.
Yeah, the ring, right? But it only drops 3. And it'll drop some other gear that's important too, that might help balance out your stat weights and things like that.
Right.
But it only drops 3 and they're soul bound. They're not to be rolled on. So that way...
Yeah. That way, it's like a personal loot kind of deal.
Correct. It's soul bound on pickup. You pick it up, you got yours. Now you got to go back in with your group to get everybody else's. That way it forces people to keep going. I don't want to say force because that's so harsh, but it keeps you going back in it because everybody needs it and everybody wants it. So you're going to keep going back.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to help you get through the next part of the next raid.
And to keep it going is you're going to be earning the right kind of crest to continue to upgrade it. And it's not, that way it's not completely forcing you, because if they did like, okay, you get the ring as a personal drop, but now you got to go back in 10 more times in order to get your ring upgraded, people are going to hate that. But if they just use the regular upgrade system and crest, they're still going to gain crest. They're still going to get the other pieces of loot out of it that can help them balance out their stat weights for their character. It's a win-win across the board. That way, it's a little bit of push to go do it, but not forcing you to go do it.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think that's just important. I also think it's time we're excited about it. We hope you guys are too. I'm looking forward to it. But it's time to move into the next juicy, meaty thing. But before we do it, I do want to just throw up this fun thing with the State of Azeroth they dropped in. It was called Prop Hunt. I think that's a neat little game they're adding in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to bring that up. That was my little humdinger that we didn't talk about. I threw it into the ticker. Didn't know if you saw it rolling or not, but
I didn't, but yeah, I saw that and I was like, ooh, we might want to touch on that. I think that's just kind of a cool little thing. It's just kind of a community thing. Like, if you want to queue for it, you can. I guess you can queue for it.
That's what it is. So the way they described it in the State of Azeroth, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, the way they stated it is it's going to be a queue system that you can queue for this new game mode called Prop Hunt. And what it will be is there will be select amount of you will be hunters, and you're going to be looking. It's basically a hide and seek scenario, and then the hiders. But the hiders are going to turn into pieces of core around Silver Moon City. So they're going to be. I'm sure they're just going to gate off a certain area of Silver Moon, and the hunters will go around and try to find you, and you turn into. You can choose, I guess, maybe in like the pre-setting of it, that you can be like a dish of food, or you can be a vase, whatever you want to call it, a chair, and you go place yourself where you think you're blending in perfectly and hide, and people have to find you over a period of time. It's called Prop Hunt. That's coming. I think that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be neat. And I just thought I'd just throw that in there, threw it on the ticker to see if you noticed, and you didn't say a word about it. And there's your hidden topic for today.
See it now.
See, the people ask for it, and I give you what you want. But now we're getting back on track. So let's talk about Labyrinth system for delves.
Oh, I could go on for days about that.
I can't.
I really could. So it basically what it is, it's a what the map is showing, and this is what I'm assuming, it's a raid level delve is what it is.
It's a mega dungeon.
Yeah, it's like a mega dungeon. So there are other games that have had this kind of system before. Elder Scrolls Online is one of those, and I know I've talked about it quite a bit. The way that works is it is an instance type of content in Elder Scrolls Online, but other people can come in. Now, I don't think we'll be able, Blizzard's not going to allow that, right? Because, and these are massive, right? So you would go into a castle and you would kill the boss, or someone would come in past you and they would kill the boss. Then you might have to wait a few minutes for him to respawn or whatever it is. And there was different bosses around. They had different items. They have their own housing system in ESO. So this is going to be, from what I can see, pretty much the same kind of thing. I think this is a massive win. I think that this is going to change gearing. I can only hope for the everyday player. Maybe we don't stop at champion gear. Maybe now, if you finish a Labyrinth, it gives you a piece of heroic gear, right? Maybe one piece a week.
Well, okay.
I don't know, right? Because again, you're still doing world content, and you don't really need that much gear to do world content and be successful. But if you're going to do delves, you might need to add that extra layer in there. I don't know. Again, not much was said other than so far so good. It looks great. I think it's the right direction. I do believe in what Ian said, that delves are highly sought after content for the everyday player. I really, really do. And I think that it's a win. It's 100% win. I'm very excited about it.
So, a couple things. First, it's a mega dungeon. Okay.
Yeah.
And one of the keynotes that they took away from it is you can run it in its entirety through an entire run, or you can systematically stop. You could checkpoints where you can stop for the day, come back the next day, and pick up where you left off, which is really great for what you were talking about. What I would like to see them do with that is for them to initiate levels like they do delve levels. Okay. And when you get to the higher levels, you get the higher reward.
Yeah.
I think that if they make it like they do delves now, where you get to an 11, that the end drops one mythic piece of gear. I think it should, or at least it puts a mythic piece of gear in your vault for the week.
That's interesting.
It incentivizes players that normally just stick to Mythic Plus and Raid to go and do the other content with some of their other friends. Maybe some of their other friends aren't so into the tougher content, the timed content like Mythic Plus, or the bigger group content like Raids, giving them an opportunity to go in with their friends and earn themselves a bigger piece of gear and make them, because that's a great way to segue some of these people.
That's pretty lucrative, though.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, I mean, look, man. Either you're going to bang your head against the wall in Mythic Plus to get your vault filled out, or you're going to get Mythic gear somewhere. And if it incentivizes the everyday player to want to try to push more of the end game because they feel like they're getting a little bit more gear, a little more loot, and want to dip their toes into the harder content, that's a great stair step for people to ease into the end game content, where they're afraid to go right into timed content with Mythic Plus, or they're afraid to try to go into a guild because maybe some people are just flat out they're inclusive. They don't want to step out. What is it? Where you're an introvert. You're introverted. You don't like getting in big group content. It scares you, and it sends your anxiety through the roof, so you don't do it. But being able to slowly step your way into it and kind of break down your own anxiety walls and get into something like that is a great way to, you don't know how many great players we're missing because they never give it a chance because of those reasons.
I wonder if Blizzard will, or they're worried about the arms race for Race to World First and that kind of stuff. When you said Mythic gear, that's exactly what I was thinking. It was like these top end players are going to go in there and try to snag all this Mythic gear.
No, time gate it. Like don't like say the Labyrinth releases and it goes a month or something before they release like a tier 11 version of it. They can time gate it. I mean, because casual players aren't going to be in a rat race in the first place to get all their gear mythic out in the first place. It's just giving them a couple pieces. I think if they time gate it, that would just alleviate that problem off the rip. Like I
think that's a great You got a great vibe on this. I like this.
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
send it up to like version 9, difficulty 9 for the first month. After the first month, you can bump it up to 11 and just go, and then you can start filling your vault for mythic gear. By that point, all the race of world first people are done. They've hit it and done. And at this point, if they're running it with their friends, or they're running it to experience the content themselves, and they're running it just to flush out their tune for re-clears. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm good with that.
Yeah, so
that is a good example of a good way to use time gating.
See, it's the sheen. It helps me think better.
It's the sheen. Yes.
Oh man. But yeah, labyrinths are coming. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like, because I'm not a big Delves fan, but being able to dig into something like that at your own pace and not feel like you're gated by time to do it, and have some of your friends
explore it.
Yeah, and have your friends that don't do things. So I have really great friends, best friends that I love to pieces, that play World of Warcraft, but they don't play at my level either. And there's a number of reasons: their work schedule, their family life schedule, their schedule, or they just don't want to push Mythic Raid or push high Mythic keys, but they want to still do stuff, and I want to be able to do stuff that's relevant for them and they'll enjoy. And I think this is going to be a great thing for us to be able to do together and have some fun together in the game that's at their pace, and something that I'm interested in. So I'm excited to see that. I hope not. We're talking about, and Busy said Labyrinth is Torghast 2.0. Hopefully it turns out as well as housing. I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be something fun, and it gives people that play on a more casual scale a true in-game experience, as opposed to, but at their pace, as opposed to being opposed to being forced into Mythic in-game. You know,
because there is a little pressure.
Well,
even in a normal raid team. A normal raid team has pressure.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember too, 85% of the player base, guys that are listening, and Scions, I want to commonly remind you that 85% of the player base never touch raid. If they do, it's at an LFR level. They never touch a Mythic Plus. They do their delves. They do their delves. They might mess around with a heroic or Mythic 0, maybe, but most of them don't. Most of them don't. They do delves because it's at their pace, it's at their scale, and they farm gold, and then they go farm mounts, and they go farm mog, that they can go farm on their own, and they don't really have anything to do. This is giving them something to do at their pace.
It's just
that gives them kind of an in-game experience, and I think that's super cool, and I'm really excited to see how it all plays out. And I don't think it's going to be pressured. I think, there might be some incentives to push you to go in there and do it, but I don't think there's going to be you must do it. And so remember, we're trying to cultivate the next evolution, the next generation of end gamers, and any opportunities that can segue people out of the casual pace into more of a, let me try something a little more different and challenge myself, a little more difficult to challenge myself. I think that's important. So
it's huge.
Yep. Let's keep the wheels rolling on this thing, man.
Okay.
Housing pets and mounts are coming to housing.
So
what's your thoughts on that?
Ian said it. He talked about it. He said like hunter pets and stuff, or your regular pets being there and being able to maybe hitch up a couple of your favorite mounts outside of your house that they're working with. That's all he said.
Right.
So it's kind of an exciting thing, which means they're listening to feedback, they're hearing what the players are saying, and they're adding stuff as fast as they can. Again, I don't think their team's very big, so but it's another step in the housing right direction for sure.
The one thing I want that we didn't get with Garrison, though, because Garrison's had something like this. If you had a stable, you could see your mounts and your battle pets roamed all over the place. What I would rather see is let us choose what we're going to have, not that they're just going to be there in random. So if I've got some favorite,
have them put out a poll,
to see if we can just select the battle pets we have roaming around some of our favorites.
What about
mounts?
Blizzard sending out a poll though about what we want them to add in? Here's your choices that we can work on right now. What do you choose? right?
No, I think it's so like, as a hunter, you can go to the stable and you go to your pet system. You can choose what your active pet is. I think that you should have like a system like that you go in, Dropbox, and say, I want these 2 mounts to be on, tied to a post on my exterior of my property, and then inside I want these 5 battle pets roaming around, or 2 battle pets roaming around, whatever, just a number, and have those your favorite battle pets are roaming around, and your favorite mounts that you enjoy, or like, let's say, so as an example, all housing is a showcase, right? So say you got cutting edge, and you want your KSL mount and your cutting edge mount to be out there to showcase to people. You might not ride them all the time, but you can be like, hey, this is my little bit of a flex. I earned these,
Yeah,
and you have
that's a good idea.
And you have those 2 mounted outside, and you can change them whenever you want, or something like that. I just think that would be a neater way than it just being a random RNG. Because let me be honest with you, I'm a mount collector, if you guys don't know that, and I'm at 1,199 mounts. I'm one away. But anyways, from the big 1,200. I don't want to see my 8-bit Griffin sitting on my property from Vanilla, or the Mechano Ostrich from the Gnomes, sitting on my property when I have the CE mount and the KSL mount. And, I want those to be sitting on my property because they're relevant, they look great, they look cool. I mean, I want them to be showcased on my property. So if somebody ever shows up on my doorstep and they're like, oh man, he's got that? That's cool. Versus, oh wow! Look at that ugly! Look at that ugly ostrich sitting over there. Before we get too deep into it, too, I really want to touch base on this, okay? And just so you guys are aware, Scions and I, we talked about this before we started the live today for you, and
we did.
And I don't want to take anything away from the devs, the cinematographers that are working for Blizzard right now, that are putting together these cutscenes and these end scenes and things like that. And I'm not talking about the introduction video for Midnight, because that was beautiful. I mean, very photorealistic.
There really wasn't anything wrong with it.
Yeah, very photorealistic, very World of Warcraft aesthetic. Looked really cool. But at the end of the State of the Azeroth, that video was, in my opinion, a puff piece, okay? It was all about housing. And he's like, and Ian did this thing where he's like, and hey, one last little thing. And it builds you up, like, to think something cool is happening. Like, in my mind, I'm going to tell you exactly what I envisioned when he said that. I was waiting for the screen to go black, and not much, but like, seeing Illidan's face just kind of come through like a darky smoke and then do the grin at you to let you know he's coming back, or something like that, or something very World of Warcraft like, very, gridiron, and just, and instead we got this, hey, it's housing. Woo, look at us go with housing. And look, I killed all these big bads for this one thing to set my kettle on. And I'm like, bro, I know they're trying to hype housing up. I get it. But at the same time, give us World of Warcraft stuff. Like, give us something to draw us into the battle. We get that you're big hyped because it's all about housing right now, but give us something to be excited for. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. I felt like it was a puff piece just to keep pushing housing at everybody. And I get they really want that to be the biggest focus with this right now. I hear you. I get it. But give us something.
I think the reason why they're pushing housing so hard is just like you said, Zugs. 85% of the player base doesn't do the in-game stuff, right? And so I don't know if they have some metrics that are saying that they're losing some of those players because they get to a certain point and it's all in-game stuff, right? And it's not something they're going to do. I don't know. I do see the slide into the housing stuff. I do see the slide into the softer side of Warcraft. But again, the game is called World of Warcraft. And so right now we're kind of moving away from a lot of the combat stuff. Oh, it's in the game, but that's not the narrative that they're pushing.
So you talk about and them wanting to push housing and the 85%,
Yeah.
and they might have some kind of like poll out there, some kind of data telling them they're losing people with that. But even the casual players that you just mentioned still get excited over in-game stuff. Even if all they do is go into the story ending to see how the story ends, they still like seeing that, and people still like getting excited over stuff like that. So the idea that it's always got to be, let's be friends and we're here to be friends and let's make friendship and blah. It's World of Warcraft. It's about
the other
war.
thing
It's
you
about
need to think
endless
about-
war. It's about us battling and overcoming obstacles. And yes, these are caveats, and it is evergreen, but it's an attachment, a component to the core game, and that's super important.
Here's something we might want to think about. Maybe this continues as we get into the Last Titan, and they pivot after the storyline's done. That's also possible. Again, I don't know. I don't have any information on that, but that's the only thing I can come up with is, and again, you have to look at, there's some other factors there, and I don't really want to get into the political scene really, but there's some other factors there that they want to look nice. They want to look good. They have a perception, and
what are you referencing, like a DEI component? Is that what you're referencing?
Maybe, but it's just, more inclusive, and everyone's happy, and everybody's friends, and we all get along, and I just think
there's nothing wrong with that.
Again,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, and I've even expressed I think it's important that they convey that, but it doesn't have to be every excerpt. It doesn't have to be everything doesn't have to be happy, because at the end of the day, it's a constant game of, because here's the thing, if they were going to make it that way, then once you finish the storyline, there shouldn't be any battles out there for you to redo and rehash over and over.
That's right.
It should be in a state of peace at that point, based like a standard single player game or something like that, right? But that's not the case. You literally leave your rested area, and something's going to attack you because you just finished the story, but things are still happening around you in the World of Warcraft, because that's what it is. And so they should keep an anchor there to bring people back to that reality. I'm happy that people are having fun with housing. I'm happy that people are enjoying making friends and all this inclusivity and everything else like that. But it also has to have that component that drives people to the game in the first place, and they can't forget about their core people. Yes, you want to attract new people, and we want the next generation to come in. So I'm not trying to advocate to shut all that down. I'm saying that they have to remember where their roots came from, and not everything's got to be this, I'm so happy. Look at me, happy.
I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, I want to see some gridiron. I want to see, those epic moments like when Garrosh throws his father, Gorhal, and they're like,
yeah, I get it.
And instead, it's like, let me put this piece I killed off this meanie on my stove so I can set my kettle on it.
I was a little surprised by it for sure.
I'm so happy. And I'm like, oh, God, bro, do better, man. Do better. Anyways, that's my thoughts on it. I'm just saying. Export and import codes to housing.
While we're on the subject.
Yeah.
So, and again, this was just a quick thought that Ian threw out, that they are working on that specifically. So we don't know when we're going to see it, but they did say they were going to put it in the game, and he basically said, we are actively working on that to bring it to midnight at some point.
Yeah.
So that means that you'll have a code just like your class builds.
Yep.
And you can copy and paste someone's housing stuff into your house, and it can look exactly the same. No fuss, no muss.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I'm glad they're doing that, because some people, what I would like to see them do though is they break it down, not like a whole, you could say like, you can have like a Dropbox, if you can imagine, and it says, what would you like to copy? You can just say, copy this room, copy this hallway, copy the whole house, because I don't want to copy someone's entire house. What if I go in their house and I'm like, oh, I don't like the way you got this layout, but this one room is so cool, and I really like if I just mirror images and just change a couple of things after the fact, I just want the bulk to be done and drop it and place it. So if they can make it to where you're able to copy just pieces of things. I mean, they showed that you can copy, like you can group bunch things, like that guy they were showing in the video where they made a piano and they were able to just copy pasta the piano.
Yeah, you can copy and paste,
But that's for the player in their own house. What I'm talking about is for the import export code. If they can just select how much whole house, this room, etc.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Them a string. If they can make it work, that would be that would be awesome. If they can't, it is what it is. But I think that's the right way to go with that if they're able to get that done. There's not really much to talk about that left. There's a new standalone game coming in patch 12.1.7 though.
Yeah, there is. We don't know anything about it. I don't think it's going to be Plunderstorm, and I don't think it's going to be. I don't know. I have no idea.
I know what it is.
Toward the end of the year, do you? What is it?
Shadowlands remix.
I don't want that. I will not be playing that. If we see another remix, we see another
Scions already said they're doing it.
That we've already played a million hours before, I'm not doing it.
They've already said that they're doing it. They've already said that they're going to make remixes of every expansion. That people enjoy it so much they're doing it. I talked about this with you like a month ago. It's happening. You have to settle your mind off of the idea that it's not, because it will happen. I don't necessarily know if this standalone game is going to be another remix, but they're going to keep introducing remixes. If I had to imagine, it's going to fall in like 12.2.5 or something like that. Like towards the back of the expansion. Towards the back of the expansion.
It's just for me. It's not a Scions thing. It's not for me.
Well, it's okay. I mean, delves aren't my thing, and you like them, and I don't. And I like remixes just because it's a fun, neat way to collect new stuff and see some. And Busy, by the way, I would love a WoD remix. I think WoD was great. They can skip all the
WoD was good.
They can skip all the garrison crap and just like they bypass all the Legion Order Hall stuff. They can bypass all the garrison stuff. Let you just go into WoD. There's some amazing Mog in there. Cool mounts, cool storyline, cool everything. So if they did a WoD remix, I'm in.
Yeah. Yep.
But the Board Gnome Lover Show. Look who's back.
Look who's back.
But I mean, as far as like standalone game, Plunderstorm was fun in its own right, but it wasn't my taste. I enjoyed the first time it was around. The second time around, it was a copy pasta situation, so it wasn't. I didn't care for it. It's just not my thing. But it's a neat little introduction. And again, if they were to do something like that again, what would excite me about it is if they gave us honor with it instead of it just being its own standalone plug game.
You won't get that.
Well, why not? I mean, you can earn honor in the training grounds now. Why can't you earn honor in that? I'm not saying you get like a buttload, like a plethora, Hefe. I'm saying just a little bit,
Just 5.
Yeah, or no, not 5, but like if you make it, like say you make it in the top 10, you get 500. If you make it in the top 5, you get 1,000.
Yeah.
No more than what an epic BG is going to give you as far as like honor is concerned. A lot of people would be excited about that, to be able to grab some of that honor stuff, because there's a lot of housing decor hidden behind honor. There's a lot of like your Legion remix artifacts are hidden behind honor. Like there's a lot of things behind it that would incentivize you to want to do it. So if they were going to do a Plunderstorm again, giving us honor in those would be a lot more fun. And just like anything, like 10 honor for the time you get a kill, or if someone drops off the map, you get 5 honor or something like that. Just enough to just little dips of honor as you're going. It incentivizes you to play the mini game and have some fun with it. And it's not that hard for them to code it in. At least I don't think so. Maybe Blizz.
Maybe
Blizz.
I don't know.
But anyways, we'll see what it comes out to be. There's no announcement yet. We'll find out more when they drop it. But it's something to look forward to. So a new standalone game coming into 12.1.7. It's time that we roll on to the WoW Ambassador program. But before you say anything, I did sign up for it.
Oh, did you?
I did. I signed up my Discord. I signed up for it. We'll see if they take me or not.
They've already started bringing communities in. I saw a post today saying that, hey, we're a part of the community Discord. So the way that's going to work is basically, I believe your Discord is kind of attached to the Warcraft Ambassador Discord. They're going to have their own little Discord, and you are going to have some Blizzard backing from that.
Yeah.
What that means and how it's going to take place, I don't know. But it's all about, again, fighting the toxicity in the game, helping players out, helping players that aren't maybe as good, or helping players that are having a problem in the game, or protecting players from players who are preying on players in the game. So you can't say those things aren't happening. So I think it's a step in the right direction. I think this is going to be a little better than the community thing, whatever it was. It just didn't work out well. The community council is what it was, right?
Right.
And that was kind of a meh. And no one really did anything in it, and so this will be interesting to see how guilds or how guilds can get in here, Discord communities can get in here. It's gonna be interesting to see how this actually works.
Yeah, and maybe I should sign up for that. My plan is to help people more since I'm back in WoW. So it's about your Discord community. It's not about you as a person. It's not you. It's not like me getting into it's more about my Discord community being folded in to what we're talking about here. So like, it's it's not just you, so you have to have a community and et cetera, but I did sign up my community for it, so we'll see. I don't know. I signed up for the partner program and we didn't see anything from that, so I'll sign up for this and hopefully they'll see that, and if they don't, then I'll sign up for the next partner program and we'll see if I get that and so on. I'll keep trying, Blizzard. I'll keep trying. but no, other than that, man, that's it. That's our topics. I mean, I feel like we covered everything.
Oh, we got one more.
Oh, do we? Did I miss one? Go ahead. You announce it.
Here we go. In the state of Azeroth, they made an alluding to Classic Plus, and I think we're going to hear something.
You're right.
From BlizzCon. And again, Holly came out. She's the one talking about it, and she said they made the Titan Forge servers for China because those are different players. Yeah. She just came out and said it. We did it for them. That's all she said. Not apologetic. It was fine.
Yep. Then
she came out and said, we're working on something very special and classic, and I want to introduce that, and I want to talk about it. And they, then they had this whole thing where no, Holly, you can't talk about it yet. So something's stirring, something's coming, and I think that BlizzCon is going to tear the roof off if Classic Plus is indeed what we're getting.
I think they're going to tear the roof off if they don't get it.
Yeah.
Or a variant of it.
A variance?
A variant of it, because the have you not seen all the videos being posted right now of everybody saying, okay, we don't like retail, we love classic, but the classic servers are dead because there's nothing new to do. And I said this. I've been saying this. I've been saying this the whole time. Classic players deserve a new experience in the classic era. If you wanted to take on the mission statement and gain all those active subscriptions for people to play your version of classic, you can't just leave it as it was. You need to give them something. Even if you named it Classic Plus, or you can name it Chromie version, so it's not impeding with the canon of classic, but they're giving them a new experience or something, or you know what I mean? That's just me brainstorming right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I agree. They need something to come back. And that includes new gear. That's not recycle gear. Give them new gear. No. Give them new stuff. Especially since they do this thing where you get these exclusive new cosmetics in Classic Plus that don't carry over to any other variant of the game.
I think that's great.
No, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with that. I'm saying because they're already doing that, right? Like with Miss of Pandaria Classic, the challenge mode in there, they're getting these new reskins of the old sets and so on. That's not going to carry over to retail, at least not yet. So as far as the current state is, they're saying no. So they should keep doing stuff like that. And even if all that stuff is exclusive to the classic players, there's a couple of caveats that which makes it intriguing. One is it will draw old school players like myself and Scions that have been playing since retail was classic to want to go back to classic because it's new content for us to do on classic.
Yeah. I would play Classic Plus, no problem.
Where we don't need the nostalgic hits anymore because we got that with the very first Vanilla Classic, and we got that with the first BC Classic, and Wrath, and now Mist, and so on. So, you know, we're hitting that era where it's not really feeling like a classic, some Cataclysm, and so on. So now we're experiencing the other end of it, where if it's something brand new, that's incentive. That's a reason to go back and try it out.
And
so I'm excited for that.
There's so much stuff they can do there because that's wide open. If they do what they did with Titan, with the Titan servers, and took the first 3 expansions and just left it there.
Yep.
And then made the raids open for everyone, right? And they were, you could do them at level 60, level 70, level 80, whatever it is. And then you just added stuff to the game after that.
Get rid of LFG.
Put in the dungeon.
Get rid of
put in
LFG.
The raid, put in the storyline.
Yeah. Get rid of LFG. Make people go back to the core roots of it. Because, like I said last week, retail is a theme park MMO now. It's not your traditional MMO anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's okay because it's morphed and changed over the years, and that's fine. But take LFG out. Get rid of the token out of there. Get rid of everything out of there. Get rid of boosts out of there. And just let it be an experience and go with brand new content. People will chew it up. They will chew it up. They will want it. They'll need it. And I mean, it'll incentivize me to go back to it.
Yeah.
Period. So that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, we would love to know your guys' thoughts. Again, I'm going to be re-uploading this in high resolution for you guys, so that way you can post your comments, drop a like on it, let us know what you think in the comments about the content we covered today. And also, if you didn't know, we're also live content creators. We stream live over on twitch.tv/Scions and /Zugsy. So if you haven't gone to check us out over there and you want to get to know us a little bit more personable, a little more intimate, ooh la la, you're welcome.
A little more intimate.
Woo, ooh, ooh. And you can come over and hang out with us on our lives. But that's it, guys. We want to say thank you for tuning in, being a part of the live with us here. It means the world to us. We look forward to doing this with you guys. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and we'll catch you next week. Scions?
See you next week, guys. Have a great week.
Take care, guys.
Weekend.
See you later. Bye.